Indeed. And the Sluggas not having any luck in the middle here, having to retreat away. Single war truck being left in the center. It looks like he does have a force of the Weird Boys and the Shooter Boys up north, getting involved in some major combat right now, calling down rocks right as he knocks them back with a Warp Vomit. Oh my god!
Amazing Warp Vomit right there. Knocked the Tex just on the spot where that first rock's going to hit and almost took out both squads.
Wow. Okay, okay. That evens things up a little bit. That was a great combination of abilities right there. Debuffing all those units and squishing them with. Okay. All right, we got a game here now. This is looking pretty real now. Now kind of cleaning up here. I kind of thought he would have pressed into that Devastator a little bit more, but the Devastator is the heck out of there. Scouts and Force Commander now coming back in to try and make sense out of this situation. There he goes once again on a special attack rampage. And looks like pretty much Choko is just trying to get out of dodge for the time being. Let that wear out without taking too much clustered up damage from that Force Commander. And could it be, is that some Terminators coming in? Yes, it is.
No,
it looks
like, I think he, oh, is it Terminators?
Yeah, he just called in some Terminators right on top of
okay.
that war truck there. Looks like the Terminators are
It seems like a bad spot to call in Terminators because they're completely unsupported. And meanwhile, Tex's squads back at base are all down to like one guy. So if he'd used the drop pod, he would have been able to reinforce them very cheap.
Yeah, I kind of was thinking maybe that. But the Terminators, I mean, they definitely took out that truck, which was, I'm sure, why they were called in, these Assault Terminators. But they were completely in the center of the entire Orc army. And as you can see, they got quite a beating there.
Yeah, back in the base, Tex does call down the drop pod, so he gets a lot of space marines back for very cheap. So that was extremely cost effective. Unfortunately, his Terminators are kind of beat up because he called them in completely unsupported.
Gotcha. Yep. So they're going to have to heal up a little bit. Maybe they're just going to come right back out. It looks like they're heading right back home, though. But it is 2-1 right now with Choko stabilizing at 100 points. Tex ticking away from 230.
Yeah, Choko is still foregoing tier 3 units. He's back-teching to Storm Boys, and I think what he's going to do is try and jump on top of either the attacks of the Terminators and do as much damage as possible. Because those Storm Boys do have power weapons.
That's good. I mean, I always like that. Choko has always struck me as a very creative player, and I like the fact that, you know, he doesn't hesitate to, like, tech to tier 3 and then realize that that opportunity has passed him for whatever reason. And so, wow, really nice shot there from the Plasma Cannon, by the way, really giving up those Slugga boys.
If those Sluggas had not been using Swamp 'em, I think that entire squad would have died.
Man, they're just getting knocked around by that Plasma Cannon. That Plasma Cannon has really delivered some value this game. Anyhow, what I was trying to say was that I really respect Choko for the fact that, like, he will just, without even hesitating, you know, jump for the right unit for the right situation, despite the fact that he's already invested in tier 3. But nice looking flank, by the way, coming out of the War Boss as well, getting a kill off on the Devastators there.
Yeah, that War Boss is starting to level up now. He's up to level 3, which is matching the Force Commander. And I think both of those heroes are really good when leveled up, but I think the War Boss will take a straight up fight.
Yeah. I believe that is true as well. Just kind of hanging out now. What is this count number 4? Is this war truck number 4 coming out for Choko so far this game?
His attacks still have double missile launchers, so the war truck really can do a lot.
Kill. The War Bus right there just picking up that Force Commander and throwing him to the side with his Power Claw. And here come the Storm Boys right now, charging in right on top of the Terminators. We've got quite a lot of heavy melee going on here with the War Boss in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, those Storm Boys are doing fairly well, but they're not really actually dealing that much damage. Here come the shooters to support them.
And a nice Warp Vomit just on the top of all of that in case things were not completely messed up enough already. It's kind of hard to tell who's doing what here, but the Terminator's just taking a first casualty there. Looking pretty low. I think the Storm Boys have also gotten quite beat up in the process. And that was a Bomba Boy squad, I think, just shot up in the air at that last Terminator. They have been upgraded to have the improved rocket packs there. And now jumping in on that last Terminator as well, doing some pretty nice damage. He's not retreating, but they're just kind of stabbing away at him.
Well, Terminators can't retreat, so he is going to have to move manually.
Oh, yes, thank you. And he is throwing his Bomba Boys. The last Storm Boy knob coming in there, trying to get the kill. Oh, and he does a little animation at the end. It just doesn't quite get it, I think. Oh, and they just barely pick off that Terminator squad. The War Boss now looking really overextended, though. I think he's going to get out of there just fine. Nice shot from the Weird Boy as well. Nice shot from the Plasma Cannon as well. Stormbreak's taking a lot of damage right here in his front door.
Yeah, Choko traded his Stormboy, his Stormboys for the Terminators, which is just a great trade.
Yeah, that's
the
perfectly
Terminators are so much more.
And as you can see, he is building another Stormboy squad right now back at home. Man. Yeah, Choko right now complaining that his knob just kind of did a little special there. I think that guy was going to die regardless, but he definitely went out in style.
Yeah, he did the special, but he got the Terminators anyways, and even with retreat, I don't think the Stormboy would have gotten out of there. He had only a single hit point.
Yep.
I'm amazed that Tex has been able to keep both Scout squads alive, but they really aren't contributing that much with shotguns right now. He should maybe just try and go around and back cap the map with it, but...
Yeah, at this point he's got to start focusing because it is tied up 100 to 100 right now. Tex is grabbing the central point, so this is definitely into late game territory right now where anytime you get an advantage you'll be bleeding your opponent out, so he's got to start focusing on that, I guess. I don't know, man.
He is changing both of his tactics over to Plasma, which is a good idea because there's very little on the field as far as vehicles, so that Plasma's going to help him out.
Excellent.
Against infantry.
Good catch.
He is pretty beaten up though, but because if Choko gets a good fight in here, these space marines are going to go down really quickly.
Yeah, and Choko is definitely full hit points, fully resupplied, coming back with all of his Stormboys. His Stormboys are upgraded again, rocket packs and knob, so he's ready to go.
If he stockpiles some of his requisition, he is going to be able to look for a Call of Boys, which is a completely tide-turning ability as well.
Gotcha. Leading off with a nice shot here from the Weird Boy and from the Plasma Cannon. And what do we have being dropped in here again? Is it another Terminator squad? What is this?
I believe so. Oh, no.
Oh, no, he just called it
a drop pod.
Just a regular drop pod in the middle of combat.
He was just waiting to refill his units, and yeah, that was a great use of drop pod. These Stormboys are taking a ton of damage. They're probably going to die. Yeah,
Stormboys are getting really wrecked. They are down to 3 units, having to retreat on away here. The War Boss
is doing really well, but there is a foot of Gork, which might kill this Plasma Dev. Oh, but the Weird Boy gets interrupted.
Oh, he canceled it. Yeah, I saw that for a second. Huh.
But these attacks are showing no fear, and they are not taking a lot of damage at all.
Man, those guys are just absolutely
Slug has dropped off at this Plasma Cannon, which is going to go down.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful way to counter that and come in from behind. I think they should be able to chop through these Scouts with ease. Scout's going to have to get the heck on out of there. Or die,
yeah,
or both.
The tactical squads are doing great, though. They are level 3 apiece.
Oh, that is brutal.
Oh, no, one is level 4. So he's going to split them up, and he's going to kite this War Boss. Meanwhile, the War Truck is just kind of camping out at this neutral victory point.
Yeah, I don't know what the War Truck is doing. I guess it has no payload, so it's just kind of hanging out there.
It really can't contribute to any of these fights, so he might as well just keep it there, maybe for vision.
Yeah, it looks like Sluggers are doing some gen bashing, the Sluggers that came out of that. And now all the attacks are finally retreating away. The War Boss kind of doing pretty well against that. But score is still tied 1-1. But I think Choko, if he just would stop and turn around, he could easily grab that central victory point. But right now he's going for power, it looks like.
Well, I don't know if the victory points really matter at this point. Tex has lost everything but his 2 tac squads and a scout. He has almost no resources, and his power is going down right now. So it's going to take a miracle for him to turn this around. Yeah,
he is definitely pretty far behind here. And Choko is fully on. Choko is just 100% on his game. He's got everything he needs. Even showing up in the nick of time with that War Truck to provide an emergency evac. War Truck with reinforced plating, by the way. He does have a double cap, even threatening a triple cap right now with the War Boss, and he is definitely on top of this. Check out the nice little Iron Halo there, comes out of the Force Commander, but I don't think it really matters. He's just kind of tanking away right now.
Well, he did push off the War Boss.
Well, War Boss is away. A nice little Warp Vomit there, and Force Commander is just going to have to get out of there eventually here, but it is a triple cap right now for Choko. Texaneous ticking down at 50 points. He absolutely, if he wants to stay in this game, has to cap things, and it looks like he's got that idea. His scouts are sneaking all the way around, trying to back cap Choko's while he caps his own.
Yeah, this is only going to keep him alive for
yeah.
so long, though. The Orcs just have so much on the field. I don't know if the Space Marines can come back.
And the Stormboys are leaping into action, pounding away at these poor scouts. Even just doing a ton of damage there. Scout's going to have to run away, instantly recapping that victory point, and I think you're absolutely right. Texaneous is unfortunately finished for this game. We'll have to let him ride it out and see what happens here. Oh, the poor scouts on the way home go through the murder patrol and all of them go down. And yes, that is a good game from Texaneous right there. It looks like these gents just kind of chatting it out here, but man, that was pretty good. We saw some pretty interesting abilities from everybody. I really like those rocks called in. That was definitely pretty pro right there, timing between the rocks and the warp font in the game.
Yeah, without that rocks, this was really Texas game.
Oh, we have another rocks too. Hey. Oh, the same. As if he reads my mind. Choko says, "Oh, you like that, did you? Why don't we just give you another one of those right at the end too, just to kind of remind the viewers at home what we're talking about." Oh man, I wish I could have even said that I planned that, but I didn't. Thank you, Choko, for being entertaining. So anyhow, Texaneous, well played, but unfortunately, Choko Bambus is in charge of the game today. So, Clint Tasker, I want to thank you once again for showing up. This was a really fun kind of chat with the devs, and you know, for anyone watching this stuff, I hope you tune in next time because we will certainly have more of these. But yeah, man, I had a blast with you today.
Yeah, it was fun. Just before I leave, I just want to say I thought Tech had that game. He made two critical things happened to him. One of them wasn't quite his fault. He got knocked into that rocks, but he really did call in his Terminators at a weird spot and got them half killed for really no reason. I think if he had done that during a team fight, he probably would have turned it completely. So. Yep.
No, that's absolutely right. And I seem to recall hearing these two talk about this game, and it rings a bell that those were exactly the two things that Texaneous was complaining about by the end of it. So I think you're absolutely right there. But yeah, man. Anyhow, great game. Thanks for stopping by, Tasker, and everybody stay tuned. Once again, I am Harlequin. You guys have a good night.